So, today up in Glasgow, sadly, we got smashed 4-0. And I was a bit disappointed. I was watching Celtic TV on the Xbox. And I was thinking, just seen Brendan give his interview. And then it went to a short break. Came back and I went, there's two teams in this. Where's Eddie? No, not a thing. So, yeah. I was a little bit miffed at that. But, first game. And Anthony did some sprints. The commentators were talking about Anthony Gordon and his his headband. But yeah. I was a bit disappointed though. Where was Alexander Isak today? So yes, but yeah, why wasn't Alexander Isak playing today? 1 second while I put the guitar down. Hopefully the next guitar will weigh a little bit less than this one. Aha! Right-yo! So what we got? We got 8 people here and we got 3 likes. Wonderful. Thanks, Splashing Art. Consider giving a super chat. Nice one. Now, got something to show you. Ow, 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 ow. I've kind of split the skin here. So, we're going into the computer. Oh, here we go. Da, 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 da. 3, 2, 1. Boosh! So, here we have code. Here we have instructions. And here we have all of that. So yes, this is the final part. And there's nothing after this. And I'm glad what this does is it ties everything together. Oh, you know, I was looking at that this morning, Benny. Oh man, what is it? Actually, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Where's my blooming PDFs? Is it this one? Or is it that one? Let's have a little look. Come off there because I don't need that. Social media, GDPR and data. Where is it? What does it actually tell you? Right, zoom that up to big. Copyright and disclaimer, yeah. So where does it actually tell you? Acknowledgements. Stupid bloody mouse. I should use the trackpad there, but I've never done it. I've always used the mouse. Right, what have we got? Is this what it is? Right. Social media can be the perfect tool for finding out what your consumers want from you and how they feel about your product. Don't let GDPR make you afraid to handle your social media data. GDPR aims to put customers' personal data protection. I like that. Put it at the heart. Yeah, that's good. With social media being used as a direct means of communication between businesses and the consumer, it is important that we keep social media platforms secure and handle their personal data appropriately. Excellent sound. I like the sound of this. The DMA's Social Media Council have collated key things they need to know about social media in relation to GDPR. Right, okay. What's on the next page? Right, so 18 things to know. Okay, community management. Oh, come on, Mouseman, stop being a pain in the backside. Really? Personal data exchanges. Well, like I was saying to you, good people, was this. Somebody mentioned this. I'm not sure if it was in chat or whether it was in comments. What they said was, "Oh, would you sell for $1 billion?" No, I'm not interested because there's a bigger explanation at the core. I mean, look at it this way: you could sell for $1 billion. Well, any amount from like 100 million up to $1 billion, and then somebody's going to go, well, I like that bit, I like that bit, and I like that bit, bin the rest. Where's that fair? So, no is the answer. Somebody comes along and turns around and says, I want to acquire this. No. And I think that's fair because at the end of the day, this is to help and employ people and to give those people some security. Benny skating on super thin ice, mate. No, I haven't, Thomas. I've been a bit busy with something that is on the computer at the moment. And Daryl, what are you going on about? You don't even know at this point. It's called learning, mate. Learning. Do you think when I went to the bus stop all those years ago, they put me straight out on the bus? No. You've got to learn. So, there you go.
I saw your Facebook post, says Thomas. Seems you're trying to take. No, I'm not actually. I'm just expanding because the target area is big. So that's what I'm doing. And you have Sunderland Nation, I have Geordie Nation, and I have this other thing. And they all connect because it's all within one block, and that is the northeast of England. And Thomas is saying, but Paul, I told you I was expanding and rebranding. There's nothing wrong with you doing that. Nothing at all. You see, what I'm trying to do encompasses an area, and original area with the target of Geordie Nation was Newcastle city centre, 25-mile radius to begin with. Sunderland pops into that 25 mile because there's only 14 mile between the two. And Thomas, why are you frightened? Hmm? Why are you frightened? Because that's what your words are saying to me. I will be talking to my legal team. Yeah, why are you frightened? Because I'm trying to sew something together. Is that why? It just seems a bit, I don't know. The name Geordie Nation doesn't make sense if it covers Sunderland. It's not Mackem Nation. Lot kind of right, yeah. But I wanted a 25-mile in the original plan. 25-mile, then it would be 50-mile, and it would stop at Berwick upon Tweed because that's where the border with Scotland is. Protect your IP. You have my blessing, Thomas. Really, you have my blessing. What I'm doing at the minute is I call it loose ends. And Tommy Gunn, 1 billion is a lot of money. It is, yeah, very true. But it's where you would spend it because there's lots of places in Newcastle upon Tyne that need to be redeveloped. Lots of them. Same as in city centre of Nottingham. There is lots of opportunity. It's just you've got to be brave enough to go for that opportunity. Uh, David is saying, are you leasing offices? Um, I've got a few different company details. FHP is one of them, and there's a few others, different business thingies up on the outside. So I think there's about five of them. But yeah, Jeremy, what's going on? Thomas seems annoyed. Uh, Thomas seems to think there's a something to threaten Sunderland Nation, and there's not. Uh, what does what's the domain? Northern people or people of the north? Come on, you're not that daft. You really aren't that daft. You know, I mean, I tried one, and the other one sounded better because it didn't put it the way I wanted it in the title, so I changed it. You deserve no likes. You disrespect your fans. No, what I'm saying is, people of the North and Northern people are the exact same thing. There you go. I mean, doesn't take Einstein to work it out. But I am looking at this branches at the moment. I've got a window open in Windsurf and one window with GitHub to do the branches and make sure everything works. Not sure. I might even change it again. It just depends. I mean, there's the super bass thing to sort out. Well, what I'm going to say to you is this, Bok Bok. If Thomas or anybody else buys them, I'll just change the name. Simple. Will you lease office space? I'm looking at that. Yeah, 25. I'm thinking of like office staff, cleaners, that sort of thing. And obviously somebody for Newcastle to do the same thing. And I don't know what the office is called, but I do know where it is. It's straight opposite St. Nicholas's Cathedral at the bottom of the well, it's in between the Cloth Market and the Groat Market, isn't it? So it's in between the middle. He can't focus. Whoa, Benny, man, come on, mate. I've got to pay money to Superbase, and when that's done, the .org and the .co.uk both go live. So that's them two live, and this one, and then I can do the video for the Mighty Magpie. But yeah, building management is complicated and expensive. You are spot on. Yes, you are spot on. September, there is money going on to WX, and that is going to buy into the system and then offer that as collateral to make them an offer if they give me a yes vote. Yeah. So they give me a yes vote over 51%, then I can set a price and then start trading, which is the beneficial thing because the first one that's straight out the door is 32k. Hold on a second. Chat just jumped there, man. What have we got? Keen, it's concerning that you're building. Well, it's the last ever one, and it was just to have everything together in one place because the northeast of England is one place from Berwick to the Yorkshire borders. Yeah, lots of stuff in between, and that's what its target is. I'll vote no. You're not on the exchange, so your vote doesn't matter. Can you name an idea you've had? Benny, are you in one of those like, oh, everything Paul touches fails? Is that the kind of thing? I mean, please let me know, because sometimes there's even people like really rich people. One example, just one. Sir Richard Branson fell down a few times before he went and bought his first set of planes for Virgin Airways. So, we do fall on our backside, but we get up, dust ourselves down, and we carry on. All right. I've popped on this a few times and I've never had a clue. Okay, you've never had a clue. Well, can you see the badge? Right there. Can you see the badge? This one. That one there. Yeah. That means I'm wearing a Newcastle away shirt. Why? Because Newcastle were away today in Glasgow, where two famous teams play. One Celtic and the other is Rangers. We played Celtic today and they beat us 4-0. Now, while that was happening, I was on windsurf doing something. And that's on windsurf, and that is gone down to GitHub. And yeah, there will not be any more of these because there is pictures of certain animals that are on the computer, and they've got to be altered and changed, coloured, and then they are going to form the backbone of Mighty Magpie Show. And if you don't understand that, I'm very sorry, but like I say, Magic Lights, you can do 10 minutes of video, and you can go for half an hour, but 10 minutes of video to begin with. See if people like it. Because the style and the uniqueness of that just by itself is education for everybody. Right, where what we got? Right, okay. Pre-minute timeout. There we go. You got 10 minutes on the bad step. Right, what we got? You realize this dad is a millionaire. That's why he could let you fall. Okay. Literally haven't got a penny to your name. Oh, you're my bank account manager, is it, Benny? Okay. What do you think of TTR? Bloody good channel. Paul Ditchburn. The Toon Review. Very good channel. Brilliant. I was in there earlier. Chatting to Trolls, to Tom Lynch, Julie J, and a few of the other mods just before. And then Paul came in with Billy, and Paul was explaining how there was no graphic in the middle, just them side by side. And my battery was going down, 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 down. So came off it, charged my phone. Lardo is saying, I worry you are wasting your time on seeking you. No, not seek. No, not wasting my time. Out of all your projects, it is the worst. You can't accept there is nothing to do on the site, as it does not work. Well, like I say, there's loads and loads of testing. Um, if you can highlight an area, I can say to them who are doing the coding, this is wrong and it needs to be changed. And if you tell me where the problems are, I'll get that sorted. So what else we got? What do you think Newcastle's wonderful performance today? Well, we didn't get any injuries. I thought when Joe Willock fell, I was like, oh my God, he'd been shot by shot by somebody. And yeah, he got back up. But Elanga was good when he came on, fast. And they were talking about the fact that Anthony Gordon had the white band up here with Adidas on it. Windsurf is something where you can speak to it and it'll interpret what you are speaking into code. It's similar to other ones like Bolt does the same. Replit does the same, and there are a number of other ones that do the same thing. You didn't finish reading my message. If you read, then you would have answered it properly. Well, I'm trying to do that at the same time, but sometimes it jumps, and I've got to go back to it. Can we have a live stream of you applying for jobs? What do you think, Benny, at the end of the day, why I'm looking for office space? Am I looking to open an ice cream shop? No. Am I looking to open a department store? No. I want a business where there's people manning the phones. There is a sales team who are helping every business within a radius of where the office is. And there's all of these things happening. What's Jeremy saying? When is the gaming coming out? What you got to remember, Jeremy, is this. Two things are coming dead quick, really fast, as in the end of this month. They are ready. They just need the super base payment to be paid. Once the super base is paid, then we can point the DNS towards Netlify, and bush.org is live, .co.uk is live, and the agents are doing housework. Yeah. No, EasyJet, me flying one of them big planes, not a chance. Besides, anyway, it takes two people to fly one of those EasyJet. It's not a one-person job. It's two. Right. Right. Okay. Right. If someone's going to say stuff like that, you can go out for 24 hours and then you can come back in when you've learned your lesson. You know, I shared a post today to Facebook. It's from a woman. We're not all the same, you and I. We're not. I have something. It's called ambition. Had the same thing when I did the buses. I wanted to go from being a bus driver to being an inspector to being an assistant ops manager, and then hopefully one day becoming a manager of a depot. And I tried for several positions 5 times. I got knocked back, but I still tried. I never give up hope. And all of my vehicles that were in service on different routes, everybody who got on got off, and then the next morning they got back on again. And some of those lovely and some of those people were wonderful, especially on the 15 service, because at the top of Shields Road there's one of those it's a butcher's where they make a sandwich, or like two cob buns. And there was somebody who always used to get on. They'd walk down to the bottom of Shields Road, and by the time I had come back over from Montague, they were at the bus stop, and they would turn around and say, "What took you?" And I'll just giggle at him. And he'd turn round and he'd say, when I dropped him off at the terminus, "There you go. There's 2 sandwiches for you." And it was normally ham and peas pudding or something else. Where are you going to get the money? The money is going to come through when companies want to advertise. £30 for small companies for 30 days, and a lot larger for big companies. And that's also going to help with the wages as well for staff. And Benny is back again. He can't code the simplest website, yet he expects to have office space. Fair enough, Benny. You know, it's fair enough. You know, I'm showing you all of these things, and it's never enough. So, why are you here, Benny? Yeah? I want believers here. So why are you here? Because, you know, for the past weeks, it's negative, negative. I don't live a negative life. My body's knackered. That is not. Because I take something over there called lion's mane. So, yeah. Oh, lion's mane's here. Lion's mane. And I didn't pay for it. It's a sample. So, if you're going to continue being negative, Benny, trot on. Go and be negative in somebody else's. Don't worry that you've wasted years of your life pursuing this dream. Who said that? Cool. Cool. Let me just point something out to you. In your life, yours, not mine, in your life, how many things have you achieved? And I'm going to tell you this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 4 fingers and a thumb. Would you agree? That is 1 thumb, 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger, 4. So that's 5. I have completed in 58 years more things than I could ever dream of. Let that sink in. I may not have the coding skills of a lot of people. Yeah, I may not. Doesn't stop us. Because there are places that can do stuff, and that's where I go. Okay, Penny. Last time. One last time. And then this is the last time. Because from now onwards, if you're going to put a negative comment, I'm just not going to read it. Simple. You know, me and I always used to say to us, you cannot help stupid people. And I was like, wow. And it's true. You can't. You can't drag a horse to water, but you can lead it there. And, you know, at the end of the day, I've shown you the first version of Seeking You, which Bolt entirely blew to smithereens because nobody could sign into it. But it was there. And now there's a second version, and Geordie Nation, and tonight there will be something new. If you don't believe, that's you. You don't believe. You just keep on believing your mates, yeah? And see in 5, 10 years' time where I am and where you are. You know, I mean, I've said to them down at the job centre about doing this remote, then going from remote into the city centre. Transport links, food, and other things. It is though. I mean, Jeremy, at the end of the day, and another thing Nana said to us, give people enough rope and they'll do the business for you. So, I mean, showing you tonight, like what's in windsurf, which is now gone down to GitHub. I'm not doing that to go. No, I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to say this is the final part of the jigsaw. You either, if you don't want to listen, fine, different listen. The end goal is there's a lot of places here in Nottingham's the same. I mean, I think most places in the United Kingdom are the same, where I'll give you an example, right? I was watching a video the other day, and they had just built something brand new. It was a coach station. The place was Crewe. And this guy's talking about it. There's one bus left it. There's a couple of cars, not many though. While he's talking. And he turns around and he says, they've just put this here. What's around it? What's next to it? Wasteland. Wasteland. Yeah. The Pete, Paul, other people at the job centre, you tell your plans to. I've spoken to many of the last person I spoke to at the job centre, I turned round and I says, if you do not understand what I'm talking about, please Google it and then learn about it. Because there's no point me coming in and speaking to you if you believe at the end of the day I'm speaking Russian or Mandarin Chinese. There's no point, you know? But this is it. I mean, I promised March that these would be out. We're now in July. But they're there. Just got to knock the payment to suit our base, keep them happy, so they'll be rubbing their hands again, because there'll be another 2 payments every month. And it's every month for the rest of life. Ow, 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 ow. Damn, man. My phone's been resting on my hand. Blunted! When you... What was it? Oh, man, it's jumped again, man. Come on. When people stream on your app, there will be a mod that works. Yeah, there is. Yeah, that's built in. And there's also like somebody who's going to be there in case somebody like turns around and goes, and you sort of thing. So yeah, I want Seeking You and Geordie Nation, as well as the new one, safe. Which is why on all 3 you've got the GDPR, ICO, the FCA, Smart, Scam, and Prudential. It's all written in there. You can't even protect your data from... Fair enough. If, like I said to somebody else earlier, you didn't believe, you didn't believe. But these are coming. And those of you who are bright enough to get onto GitHub, you'll see it there. Well, the thing for moderators, moving forward, I will make an announcement where, as we're doing podcasts, sometimes with collabs of other YouTube channels, all money from Super Chat goes straight to the mods, and they share it between them. Hold on, whoa, what was that? What was that? What was that? Where was that? Where was that? What's it called? The application for the ICO is there's like things in Seeking You, Geordie Nation, and the new one where I've got to put all the details in and then send it off. But I am guessing, I'm just guessing this. It's £9 or is it £40? It's one of the two. Because one of them's £40 and then there's 9. I just don't know which one's which. VAT registered, you have to be over a certain figure. I believe it's 95 grand. I could be wrong. I'll double check on gov.uk for that. But I think it's about 95 grand. And then you can get VAT registered. But yeah. The hope is that the testers come back to me in the next, well, we've got the weekend, so I'm thinking from Monday onwards, and we'll know more. And hopefully tonight, that one that's on windsurf goes live. Hopefully. No, but here's Lyman saying he does on the site. What? Has chat froze? No, I don't think so. No, they're not being advertised yet, David. They will be though. Sent a direct message to Upper Parliament Street. Bok Bok. Thomas is feeling a bit under the weather at the moment, I think, because he was in earlier. And I think he's a little bit frightened due to the new release. Doesn't have to be, because at the end of the day, it's just a final piece of the jigsaw. Why didn't you pay the buskers, Paul? Why didn't I pay the buskers? Because what I said to them was, sorry, I don't carry cash on us. And I said to them, basically, do you have a YouTube channel? And so, because I was going to end the live stream and then find their YouTube channel and subscribe to it, but they haven't got that, and so I have pasted them on my pages. Corvo was saying, whoa, Thomas, that is a bit of a thing, isn't it? I'm not feeling under the weather, says Thomas. I'm just saying you stole my idea. Think about your words, Thomas. Think. Because I know I can go back through chronological time to Geordie Nation. When? Just remember that. See, when you were saying about legal team earlier, yeah, that's what they would look at. When was this created? And you could be fully functioning, you could have Lamborghinis, Ferraris outside your head office. But the difference is when it was put in different places. Jeremy's saying, got the men from London to take out Thomas. No. Thomas is feeling a bit thingied because I've put the final piece of the jigsaw into place. And it's what it's basically like is threading the needle and sewing everything up together. What have we got here? You can't steal because what you look at is this, right? The order of time. Nobody can defeat time. Nobody. Now, Geordie Nation and Sunderland Nation. 14 miles apart. 14. But when? Because what you can't do, what's impossible, is change the date. So you can't turn around and make something, make a beautiful website and have that website at a date which is 6 months prior to the date that you actually made it. It's called metadata. And metadata can't be changed, not by nobody. Thomas is first. Is that because, Benny, you turned around and went, oh, this has happened. Quick, everybody, jump on it. Because in reality, that was there on GitHub a long time ago. And that's my point. You can't go in to something that's on GitHub and remove that date. It's permanent. Because his is live and yours isn't. Fair enough. I offered, yes, you did. Yes, you did, Thomas. It's just I'm having an issue. The issue, Thomas, is the mobile email. I was trying to do something and I did it 4 times. And now it doesn't have from and to. Not sure why. But I will work with you. I am willing to work with you, Thomas. Because you seem like a very bright kid. And I like that. So yeah, I am willing to work with you. But if you want to play with what's coming, you're going to need to bring your A game. Your full A game. And, when you're turning around and saying, oh, I'm going to speak to legal and all the rest of it, to me, honestly, that to me is like, no. I mean, I will speak to a solicitor. I will. when I find one that'll cover the subjects, and say to that person, may I retain you for this, this, and this? And, that's because the other thing which is coming. And with that, I don't like to use the word bribe, but it is, because you send something to the community, and in that send to the community, you're saying, if you vote yes, I'm going to give you X amount of the asset. So it is bribery. Rebranding and expanding to the north of UK. Well, that's a bad idea, Thomas. Bad idea. And I'll tell you why. Geordie Nation, at its core, the very core, is from the River Tyne, in between the River Tyne and Civic Centre, is a spot, the centre of the city. And from that spot is a 25-mile radius, which Sunderland falls into, because there's 14 miles between both. Yeah. Now, to do what you've just said about rebranding and expanding to the north, you're not Sunderland Nation anymore. Just saying. I know that there is probably people from Sunderland living in Northumberland, Alnwick, Amble, to name just a few. But as I say, you're rebranding and expanding, and let me just be honest, you're a startup. Who's your backing? Who's your major backers to be able to do that? Because rebranding and expanding, sadly, comes with a big chunk of change. Now, the stuff that's on Wix, the stuff, my apologies, that is on WX, that is its core. Because you have to spend money on WX to make money. So yeah, that's coming. Right, what else we got? No, when you're going to expand and rebrand, there's extra cost. And as I just said, rebranding Sunderland Nation to work north of the River Tyne. Right. Fair enough. Okay. Right, everybody. Wonderful speaking to you all tonight. And my hope is this. I want Eddie Howe to get at least bare minimum. I want 4 players. 4. Please. And get rid of the stupid, weird structure. Please. Now, as we go through, I will tell the mods when they're going to earn. And it'll be from Super Chat and gifts. You missed the music. It was earlier, Roxy. It might be midnight here. Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to work together with you. I've said it on video. Yes. So my hope is Newcastle United gets 4 more players in. And I also want the club, that club, to basically tell them, are we staying at St James's Park or are we moving? Because my honest opinion is this. It's disgusting that we're in the 7th month when they say it's early. Gone way past that. I was talking about football, yes, because Newcastle got beat today, 4 goals. And my favourite club is that one there. Or you can have that one there. Same club. But yes, get this thing sorted. And then that's the last one. There's no more. Just working on the other ones to make them pop as well. But there will be no more AI. It's the last. After the stream, reply to me on your laptop so we can hash out details. Yeah, I'll send you a message, and I've just got to get this GitHub thing done. And yes, I will message you. But thank everybody for coming in, and see you all 11:30 in the morning. And don't get too drunk tonight because it's a Saturday night. But smack that on your way out, please, and thank you all for coming in and being with me on this live. Appreciate you all.